So I told you that when there is no load connected to the secondary, it means when this switch is open, the current flowing in the primary I1 will be equal to the magnetizing current. I1 will be equal to the magnetizing current, and this magnetizing current Im will be lagging by an angle of 90 degree from the applied voltage or supply voltage V1. This magnetizing current will be lagging by an angle of 90 degree from the supply voltage V1. So this circuit consisting of magnetizing component Xm can be represented as an equivalent circuit referred to the primary and equivalent circuit referred to the secondary. So we have done this without this magnetizing component in the previous lectures. This will be similar to that of the circuit referred from secondary to the primary. As you can see here, Z2 dash is equal to a square into Z2 dash is equal to a square into Z2. This is Z2 dash. The secondary impedance is being referred to the primary, and here V1 dash is the primary voltage which is being referred to the secondary, which is equal to V1 by A. Similarly, Xm, which is the magnetizing impedance which is in the primary, which is also being referred to the secondary as Xm dash is equal to Xm by A square. And magnetizing component of the current which is being referred from the primary to the secondary, Im dash is equal to A into Im, where we know that this A is equal to N1 by N2. A is equal to N1 by N2, number of turns in the primary winding divided by number of turns in the secondary winding. So this is equivalent circuit referred to the primary, and this is equivalent circuit referred to the secondary, consisting of magnetizing component Xm. So let us discuss about core loss. We know that we have discussed previously in the core of the transformer, there will be eddy current losses. This is the transformer core. It consists of eddy current losses and hysteresis losses. We have explained this in detail in the previous lecture. Eddy current loss, which is produced due to the because of the Lenz's law. It says that the induced EMF V will be minus of N d phi by dt. That means it always opposes the source causing it, and there will be a current produced in the magnetic core in the opposite direction, because of which a loss will occur in the magnetic core, which is known as eddy current losses. This is minimized by using laminated cores. And hysteresis loss, we have studied this, the BH curve and hysteresis loop. This says that the hysteresis loss is because of magnetizing and demagnetizing of the transformer core. So this core loss consists of eddy current loss and hysteresis loss. Okay, so this eddy current loss and hysteresis loss does not vary with respect to the load. That means if you increase or decrease the load, when there is no load or when there is full load, the core loss will remain constant, because the flux remains constant. The flux established in the magnetic core will remain constant, and these losses depends on the core. Therefore, these losses are irrespective of the loading. So when there is load is connected across the secondary terminal, load current will try to reduce the flux, but the primary current, magnetizing current, will increase in order to maintain the constant flux in the magnetic core. Therefore, this core loss is independent of the loading of the transformer. Therefore, this core loss can be represented in terms of RC. In the primary of the transformer in terms of resistance. As we know that P core loss is equal to it is a resistive loss. Okay, it is a resistive loss. Therefore, it can be resisted. PC is the core loss. It can be resisted in terms of a resistance RC in the primary of the transformer. So PC is equal to IC square into RC, where RC is the core loss component of the transformer, and IC square is the core loss current in the primary of the transformer. So now previously we included this magnetizing component Xm, as the magnetizing current was phase shifted by an angle of 90 degree, which is an inductive component, and now we are including the core loss component. This core loss component will be, as this is a resistive component, will be in phase with the applied voltage V1. This core loss component will be, we are one by one we are adding the terms to the vector diagram. Now we are adding the core loss component IC. Okay, now when there is no load, the primary current I primary is equal to magnetizing component plus we can say that I naught is equal to, when no load, primary current I naught will be equal to Im plus IC, where Im is the magnetizing component and IC is the core loss component. This can be represented in this diagram. Okay, so now I am including this core loss component. This will be I naught. Okay, no load current of the transformer. We know that there will be some difference between the phi m, because we are adding the core loss component, which is pure resistive component. Okay, there is a difference between I naught and V1 applied voltage V1. This is the core loss component I naught. So again it can be represented, the transformer circuit, this equivalent circuit of the transformer can be referred with respect to primary and with respect to secondary. Only change here is RC. I am including RC in the primary winding. I am including RC. The same RC should be included in the secondary winding in the form of RC dash. RC dash is the primary component which is being referred to the secondary, and which is, it is a part of the impedance, therefore which is equal to RC by A square, as XM dash was equal to XM by A square. RC dash is equal to RC by A square. Now I have included the core loss component. Okay. Apart from core loss, the transformer will also have copper loss. Copper loss is the loss occurred in the winding of the transformer. Windings of the transformer are made up of copper. Okay, therefore the loss occurred in the winding of the transformer is called known as copper loss. As we know that in the beginning, when there is no load connected to the secondary of the transformer, and when there is no load connected to the secondary of the transformer, I naught, the no load current, only includes IC plus Im, which is core loss component, and Im is the magnetizing component. When a load is applied to the secondary of the, and secondary current will be zero, as there is no load applied to the secondary of the transformer. And when there is a load occurred to the transformer secondary, I1 will be equal to, which is the primary transformer, IC plus Im plus I2 dash, equivalent primary current which is drawn from the source in order to maintain the constant magnetic flux in the magnetic core. Therefore, when there is a load applied to the transformer, the current in the primary will increase. Similarly, current in the secondary will also increase. I1 will increase, I2 will increase. Therefore, the copper loss, P copper, which is equal to I square R. So this will increase when there is a increase in the load. Therefore, we can say that it depends on the load of the transformer. Therefore, this core loss component, this copper loss component exists in both primary and secondary of the transformer. This is represented in terms of R1 and R2. This is core loss component in the primary, this is core loss component in the secondary. We have not represented this RC and XM in the secondary because this copper loss we are considering it only exists in the primary winding, and magnetizing component flows to the primary of the transformer in order to establish the magnetic field in the magnetic core. Okay, and all the flux will not link with the magnetic core. The flux, we know that the flux around the flux produced due to the current flowing in the primary of the transformer, all the flux will not be linked with the magnetic core. There will be some flux in the air across the winding. So this flux is known as leakage flux. This leakage flux will exist in both the windings, primary and the secondary. Therefore, there will be a leakage flux components in the primary, that is X1. There will be a leakage flux component in the secondary in terms of impedance, that is X2. So therefore, we have this applied voltage in a transformer. We have this applied voltage. This is primary. We have an applied voltage V1. There will be an induced voltage E1. The difference between this applied voltage and induced voltage EM will consist of copper loss and core loss. Okay, then there will be an induced voltage across the secondary E2, and there will be a terminal voltage across the load V2. This V2 will also this E2 will also consist losses plus E2 losses plus V2 will be equal to V2, or E2 minus losses will be equal to V2. Therefore, V1 will be greater than E1, which will be equal to E2, which will be greater than V2. Okay, This depends on E1 E2 ratio, depends on the number of turns or A. If number of turns are more, then E1 is more than E2. If the number of turns are less, then E2 is more than E1. Okay, however, whatever it case may be, so you will consider E1 and E1 is equal to E2 if A is equal to 1, but E2 will be more than V2 as E2 minus losses will have V2. So therefore this can be written as in terms of this one. If we neglect the Lenz's law, we can be written as V1, which is equal to induced voltage E1 plus I1R1 plus J I1 X1, I1R1 plus J I1 X1. This will be E1 minus this. This will be E1 minus this copper loss. This is the leakage flux. This is the copper loss component. Therefore, V1 will be equal to E1 plus I1R1 plus J I1 X1. Similarly, E2 will be equal to V2 plus I2R2 plus J I2 X2, and there will be a no load component which will be equal to I is equal to I0 plus I2 dash, equivalent secondary current flowing through the primary. This I0 is the current equivalent to the no load losses or core losses. Therefore, these all things can be represented in the vector diagram as shown here. We know that in the beginning magnetizing current is in phase with the flux. Let's start from the magnetizing current. It's in phase with the flux. Copper loss component IC, it's in phase with the applied voltage V1, applied voltage E1 or induced voltage E1. Therefore, the no load current I0 is equal to vectorical sum of IC plus IM. I0 is equal to vectorical sum of IC plus IM. Now we have I0. Okay. Then there will be induced voltage E2 and plus induced voltage E2 plus the leakage losses J I2 X2 plus I2 R2 will be equal to the terminal voltage will be equal to this terminal voltage V2. Okay, terminal voltage V2. I2, the secondary current will be having some phase shift with respect to V2. That phase shift is theta 2. So I2 dash is the equivalent equivalent to the secondary current in the primary winding. I2 dash plus I0 will be the primary current I1. Similarly, similar to the secondary, in the primary side, E1 induced voltage E1 plus I1R1 plus J I1 X1 will be equal to the applied voltage V1. So this is the vector diagram. This is the vector diagram of the transformer or load. This is the vector diagram of the practical transformer. We are considering leakage flux. What and all we are considering? Let us see here. We are considering leakage flux in the primary winding, leakage flux in the secondary winding, copper loss component in the secondary winding, copper loss component in the primary winding, core loss component, and magnetizing component of the current. All these components, by considering, we are drawing the vector diagram of the transformer during loaded condition.